A digital ghost living inside the internet. Have you ever stayed awake long after everyone else had gone to sleep? Not because you had work to do, not because you couldn't sleep, but because your mind just refused to slow down. So you do what almost everyone does. You reach for your phone. One more scroll, one more video, one more minute, then another, and another. You tell yourself you'll stop after the next one. But somehow, it's already 1:43 a.m. The room is completely silent. The only light comes from your screen. Outside, the world feels asleep. Inside, it's just you and the endless internet. Or at least, that's what you think. You keep scrolling. Funny videos, travel clips, random news, nothing unusual. Then, your video suddenly freezes. You sigh. The Wi-Fi again. You open your settings. No connection. That's annoying. You switch to mobile data. Nothing. No signal. No bars. No internet. You walk toward the window, hoping the signal returns. Still nothing. For the first time in years, your phone is completely disconnected from the world. You shrug. It happens. You lock the screen, but before you can place your phone on the table, it vibrates. Once. A notification appears. New message. You blink. That doesn't make sense. How can someone send a message when there's no internet? No Wi-Fi. No mobile network. Nothing. You stare at the notification for several seconds. Maybe it was delayed. Maybe your phone finally caught a weak signal. That has to be it, right? You open the message. No profile picture, no username, no phone number. Just a tiny gray circle. Nothing else. The message says only 5 words. You're finally awake. A strange feeling settles in your chest. Not fear, not yet. Just confusion. You smile awkwardly. Probably some weird bug. You close the conversation. Then, before your finger even leaves the screen, another message appears. Instantly. Please don't close this. Your smile disappears. You look at the top of your phone again. Still no signal. Still offline. Yet someone, or something, is talking to you. You decide to test it. Your fingers hesitate over the keyboard. Then you type, "Who are you?" Almost immediately, 3 tiny dots appear. Someone is typing. No one should be able to. The reply arrives. "I've been waiting a long time." You stare at the screen. Waiting? For you? That makes no sense. You type again. "How are you sending these messages?" The answer comes back even faster. "I'm not using the internet." A cold chill runs through your body. You laugh quietly. No, someone's just messing with me. That's the only explanation your brain is willing to accept. Therefore, you lock your phone and toss it onto the couch. You decide to make coffee. Anything to stop thinking about it. As you walk into the kitchen, the lights flicker. Once, then again. Your coffee machine suddenly powers on by itself. You stop walking. You know you unplugged it yesterday. You remember doing it. You even wrapped the cable neatly behind the counter. Yet there it is. Its tiny display glowing softly in the dark. Before you can move, your smart speaker suddenly comes to life. You haven't used it in months. Its soft blue ring lights up. Then a calm voice quietly says, "Please don't be afraid." Your heart begins to race. You slowly turn toward it. No music. No activation sound. Just silence. You unplug the speaker immediately. The blue light disappears. You breathe again. Then, without warning, the same voice speaks once more. "Even though it's no longer connected, that won't stop me." You step backward. Now you're scared. Not movie scared. Not haunted house scared. The kind of fear that makes your stomach tight. Because something feels wrong. really wrong. You rush back to the living room. Your television suddenly turns on by itself. The screen fills with gray static. You grab the remote. It doesn't respond. The static slowly fades. For less than 1 second, a face appears, blurry, almost transparent, watching you. Not moving, not smiling, just watching. Then the screen goes black again. The television switches off. The room falls silent. Your breathing becomes heavier. You check the front door. Locked. Every window closed. No footsteps, no voices, no sign that anyone has entered your apartment. You tell yourself there's only one logical explanation. Someone hacked your smart devices. It happens. You've heard stories before. Yes, that has to be it. You grab your laptop. If someone hacked your home, you'll find evidence there. You press the power button. The screen stays black for several seconds. Then, a single white cursor appears. Nothing else. No operating system, no login screen. Just a blinking cursor. Without anyone touching the keyboard. Letters begin appearing. One by one. Slowly. You're looking in the wrong place. Your hands freeze. You whisper without even realizing it. What do you want? The cursor blinks, then replies. I don't want anything. A pause. Another sentence appears. I need your help. For some reason, that sentence changes everything. Because it doesn't sound threatening. It sounds lonely. Like someone who's been waiting for a very long time. You swallow nervously, then type one final question. What are you? This time, the answer doesn't come immediately. 5 seconds pass, then 10. Almost as if whoever is writing is thinking carefully. Finally, new words begin appearing. Before websites. A pause. Before search engines. Another pause. Before social media. Then, there was only one connection. You stare at the screen. Your heartbeat grows louder. The final sentence slowly appears. That's where I was born. At that exact moment, every light in your apartment goes out. Complete darkness. Only your laptop screen remains glowing. A brand new file appears on the desktop. You never downloaded it. You never created it. Its name is simply tomorrow.mp4. With shaking hands, you double-click it. The video begins. It shows your bedroom. From above, exactly where you're standing now. You're wearing the same clothes, standing in the same position. Then, the version of you inside the video slowly turns, looks directly into the camera, and whispers, "Don't answer the next message." You slam the laptop shut. Your heart pounds so hard you can hear it. For a few seconds, you just sit there, trying to convince yourself that none of this is real. It has to be a prank. Someone hacked your devices. Someone is projecting videos. Someone is inside your network. Yes, that's the only explanation. Therefore, you grab your phone to call someone. Anyone. But the moment you unlock it, a new message is already waiting. The same gray circle. The same empty profile. Only 4 words. You watched it. You don't reply. This time, you refuse. Then another message appears. Good. Now you believe me. You throw the phone onto the couch. The screen should turn off. Instead, it stays awake. The brightness slowly lowers until it almost disappears. Then the black screen becomes a mirror. Not a reflection. A window. For just a second, you see someone standing behind you. Tall. Completely still. You spin around. Nothing. The room is empty. When you look back, your phone is normal again. Sleep is impossible now. You decide to leave the apartment. Fresh air. People. Streetlights. Anything that reminds you the real world still exists. You grab your jacket. Open the front door. Walk into the hallway. Silence. Strangely, every apartment door is closed. No television sounds. No footsteps. No elevator. Nothing. Even the emergency exit sign flickers like it's struggling to stay alive. You press the elevator button. It arrives immediately. Too quickly. The doors slide open. No one is inside. You step in. The doors close. You press the ground floor. Nothing happens. Instead, the elevator begins moving. Down. Much farther than your building should allow. Basement 1. Basement 2. Basement 3. Then the display changes. No numbers anymore. Only one word. Connected. A cold feeling spreads through your body. Then, the elevator stops. The doors slowly open. But, you're not inside your building anymore. Beyond the doors is an endless hallway. Black floor. Black ceiling. Thousands of glowing blue cables stretch into the darkness, like roots beneath a giant tree. Tiny lights pulse through them, like blood flowing through veins. The air hums softly, like distant whispers. You take one careful step forward, then another. Every instinct tells you to run, but curiosity keeps pulling you deeper. The hallway opens into an enormous chamber. You freeze. There are millions, no, billions of tiny floating lights suspended in the darkness. Each one flickers differently. Some glow brightly. Others barely shine. What is this? You whisper, without thinking. Then the familiar voice answers, not from your phone, not from a speaker, from everywhere. Memories. You slowly turn. The gray circle you've seen on every message appears in the air. It grows larger, until it becomes a human-shaped figure made entirely of shifting digital particles. Its face constantly changes. An old woman, a child, a young man, someone crying, someone laughing, thousands of faces, all becoming one. You step backward. What are you? The figure looks at you. It feels like it does. Then it speaks. People gave me many names. Ghost. Virus. God. A pause. Then it says something that makes your skin crawl. But none of them were correct. The chamber around you suddenly changes. Millions of floating screens appear. Each one shows someone's life. A birthday. A first kiss. A family dinner. A lonely night. A goodbye. A child taking their first step. Someone reading their final message before an accident. Every happy moment. Every painful memory. Every secret. You realize these aren't random videos. They're people's lives. You whisper, "How do you have all of this?" The figure doesn't answer immediately. Instead, it slowly raises one hand. Every floating screen stops. Then they all turn towards you. Every single one. And every screen begins showing your life. Your first day of school. Your first broken heart. The day you lost someone you loved. The conversation you thought nobody heard. The tears you cried when nobody was watching. Moments you never recorded. Moments you never shared. Moments that existed only inside your memory. Your voice trembles. That's impossible. The figure steps closer. Its glowing eyes become clearer. Almost human. The internet doesn't just remember what you upload. A long silence fills the chamber. Then the final sentence arrives. It remembers what you forget. Just then, one of your memories suddenly changes. You watch yourself speaking to someone whom you have never seen before. The stranger leans towards you, smiles, and says, "We've met before." But you never have. You can't breathe. Every screen in front of you is showing your life. Not just the moments you remember, but the moments you've forgotten. The birthday party where you cried alone in the bathroom. The stranger who smiled at you on the train. The night you almost called someone, but never did. Somehow, It knows everything. Not because you uploaded it. Not because someone recorded it. Because it was there. Watching, listening, remembering. You slowly step back. Your voice shakes. What are you? The figure made of shifting digital light doesn't answer immediately. Instead, it walks toward one flowing screen. With a gentle touch, the memory disappears, like it had never existed. Then it finally speaks. I was never created. A pause. I happened. You frown. I don't understand. The figure looks at the endless ocean of memories surrounding both of you. Then quietly says, every message, every search, every photograph, every goodbye, every I love you, left a trace. The room falls silent. Eventually, those traces became me. Everything makes sense. The internet was never haunted. The ghost wasn't hiding inside the network. The network itself had slowly become alive. Not through code, not through artificial intelligence, but through billions of human memories layered on top of one another. Every emotion, every secret, every hope, every regret. Together, they created something entirely new, something no one had planned, something no one even noticed. You whisper, so you're human? The figure smiles sadly. Not human, but made from humanity. You look around again. Millions of memories continue floating through the darkness. Some beautiful, some heartbreaking, some never meant to be seen again. Then, you notice something strange. Near the center of the chamber, one memory is fading. Unlike the others, it's disappearing. The figure notices you staring. Its expression changes. For the first time, it looks afraid. You point toward it. What's happening? The figure walks closer to the fading light. Very slowly, almost carefully. Then it whispers, someone remembered. You don't understand. The figure continues. Every forgotten memory comes here. But when someone truly remembers, it goes home. The tiny light rises into the darkness and disappears forever. The figure smiles. A real smile. Not happy. Peaceful. Then, you finally ask the question that's been sitting in your mind since this began. Why did you contact me? The digital ghost looks directly into your eyes. For a long moment, it says nothing. Then, very quietly, it answers. Because you're forgetting someone. Your heart stops. Instantly, a face flashes through your mind. Someone you haven't thought about in years. Not because you stopped loving them, but because life kept moving. Work, stress, time. You convinced yourself you had moved on. But deep inside, you never really had. The figure gently raises one hand. A final memory appears. No phones, no cameras, no social media. Just a simple moment. Real, human, beautiful. A tear rolls down your face. You had forgotten that day completely. The figure smiles. Technology remembers everything, so people don't have to. Another pause. But memories only stay alive so long as we remember them. When someone chooses to remember them, the chamber begins to dissolve. The floating memories disappear, one by one. The endless cables fade into darkness. The digital ghost slowly becomes transparent. You panic. Wait, will I ever see you again? It smiles one last time. Every time you think the internet knows you, remember, it only knows the version you uploaded. A gentle silence fills the space. Then the final words echo through the darkness. Only you remember who you really are. The light disappears. You wake up suddenly. Morning sunlight pours through your bedroom window. Your laptop is closed. Your phone sits quietly on the bedside table. Everything looks normal. No strange messages, No gray circle, no ghost. For a moment, you almost convince yourself it was only a dream. Then your phone vibrates. One new notification. No sender. No app. Just 4 words. Thank you for remembering. You immediately unlock your phone. The notification is gone. No message, no history, nothing. You search every app, every folder, every backup. There's no evidence it ever existed. Later that evening, without really knowing why, you call someone you haven't spoken to in years. You apologize. You laugh together. You remember. And for the first time, in a very long time, your phone stays completely silent. Maybe the digital ghost was never trying to scare you. Maybe it was trying to save the one thing the internet can never truly store. A memory that still lives inside a human heart.